It is 2:52 p.m. January 25th, 2020 or 2020. Take it back. It's January 24th, Friday. I'm laying here is trying to go to sleep finally, and it's been about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and less than, I'd say about 10. It's been off and on, but about 10-15 minutes ago again, I was jolted with an electrical shock, completely consuming my brain. Body started to shake like I had been hit with, well, almost like an electroconvulsive shockwave. I've only had that happen to me once, and that was when the implant was put in, and there's no paperwork of it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm like, when it was put in and all this stuff. And when I say that, I remember something happening in January of 2010 in New York City, where I was supposedly being detoxed. I was homeless and drinking, and I was completely black, like drunk, and in and out of sleep to a point, until a lot of different things started happening. I remember being drilled in the forehead, right here, and a couple other places through the head. A catheter of some sort stuck up through the left side of my leg, main artery there. Drilled in the lung, left lung, something throughout my back, and something down through, even fucking my ass there. And there's a cop there, and there's this guy, white guy with glasses. And the cop turned the fucking ECT machine up to 10. That's the reason why I remember it. And then they put the probes next to my head, the stick in my mouth. I was still intoxicated, drunk. They should have never, I called the medical board, they should have never done any type of operation whatsoever when I was that far intoxicated, much less intoxicated at all. Administrated any anesthesia or any other type of drugs like that, I could have died. Anyways. So, I'll go back after the paperwork. Nothing there. Discharged for acute alcohol intoxication. It was even at a different hospital. They transported me from one to the other. And so the other hospital has a minimum record, not even minimum. It has an input, but there's no reason behind that input. And they had people searching around for it, wondering why. But anyways, I just wanted to let it be known. This isn't just always direct out of the air like microwave. This is fucking some type of, excuse language, like deep brain stimulator mixed with the vagus nerve stimulator type of situation that they've been utilizing, crippling me for the last 10 years. And there's other little minor tick implants, but for the full-blown situation being drilled in the forehead, that I include that with all the other little ticky things that's happened. Weird stuff, and where people's been saying they put something in my throat in 2003 where they can hear me or some shit like that. And there's multitudes of other people that said this. I didn't even know it, but multitudes of other people. I've been attacked to where somebody's like trying to jam me in the side of the neck, being assaulted, trying to like, and thank God they didn't cut me or anything, but was possibly thinking about it, but was jamming me in the side of the neck, trying to break whatever's in the side of my neck, where they guesstimate that it is. Man, you can be fucking heard, you can do this, you can do this, and I know that sounds strange, but traveling around the country with interstate stalkers, some of the interstate stalkers didn't like that somebody else could hear, or some shit like that, even if it was a bug tracker and knowing where I was at. Far-fetched shit. Oh well, I do know I've taken the bugging device, and I can show inside my neck there. The bugging device goes off. You take a bugging device minimalistically, but it goes off. I can jam Wi-Fi signals and Bluetooth signals with it. It's kind of strange. It pisses sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of times it's working in one way or another. Put it this way, my phone, I have an app that reads magnetism or magnetical fields and the strength of the magnetical field. And if it goes way high, which it does a lot, I can take the phone and I can rub it right up next to my neck and it'll drop down immediately. Now, I've had times where that didn't work out at all, but not too many times. Usually it drops down right away. Now, I've tried the other side of my neck. It doesn't do the same thing. I can try my armpit. I swiped the phone to a point. It didn't work, but only in the neck part. Left side of my neck, I can swipe the phone and it'll drop from, say, like 150 to 200. And digital reading on the digital scale, which is high. Not extremely high, but pretty high. Back down to a normal of 50 or 40 microteslas. Anyways, with that being said, I just wanted to get out at 2:52 p.m. Friday, January 24th, 2020 is when I started this video. It was about 15 minutes prior, but throughout my sleep. I was doing pretty good at first, and I somehow was thinking earlier, and it kicked off completely, but it's like someone's trying to contaminate me being able to control my own mind, control the pain, my comprehension and competency, whatnot. Just basically, like, fucking enforced what they want me to do, including shock so hard. I don't know if anybody, only doctors would understand this. Shock so hard that I'm seeing pictures or seeing images, basically myself like a skeleton, or seeing images fly around in my head is causing, like, I'll have to look at the internet, see if I can't find the terminology from other shock victims and symptoms, but it's causing symptoms like that. Now, I can put my hand on metal. It's not like it's not like shocking the metal as far as that. It's some type of low, it must be like a low current or a wire, the wire that they drilled into the forehead. And wherever the battery pack is would have to also be found. I did MRIs, and I don't want to keep getting into just rambling and scattered story, but I've tried to get help. They've covered it up. I had radiologists outright tell me somebody else told them to cover it up. They can cover it up with the machine. All they do is regulate the radiology machine in the back, the dials and controls, to the specific implants or metals and alloys, so it doesn't pick up those metal and alloys or the battery pack and shit like that. So when you go to look at an X-ray, CT, or an MRI, it doesn't show up. Yep. I've lived 10 years mentally retarded, not knowing how to get help, no place to turn to, no money. Sort of, I won't say no money, sort of got money, but then I had to utilize that to keep myself stable, which is stupid. I could go homeless like I was prior, but with my decreasing health, it just seemed like not an option. I don't know. It just didn't seem valid. I didn't want to lose my ability of having my checks and support in case something happens where they make a decision that, hey, you're not taking care of yourself, or someone wants to make a foul complaint, and there goes my life opportunity of having support. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and hopefully it's good enough to understand. Walnut Street, Gift Street, Columbus, Ohio. A lot of different things being mixed up from 150 West Sycamore Kroger's area too, and them like trying to get me to think of what's going on around me when I visited the last time while I'm asleep during the day, all kinds of different shit, and then that causing the current, like electroshock current, to start. I'll explain it later, but I'm done. It's just too much. Too much. To the point I got tears in my eyes. All I have to do is say, when it's the way that it is and it's actual hardcore shocking, it's no different than either deep brain stimulation or those who went through electroconvulsive therapy, ECT therapy, or EST therapy, either ways. Check that out, look at the symptoms, and look at people that's been on it. The symptoms, the signs, and whatnot, I guarantee I have. And some of the symptoms is a benign tumor in the pituitary, because the pituitary gland splits itself sometimes because the electroshock causes the brain to shake so hard it splits the pituitary gland and tears it. Yeah, brain damage. I'm going to go ahead and press stop on this video. Peace. Sorry about waking up and just doing it right away like this. I hope I don't discomfort anybody, but hey, they say the bestest way to do it is catch it right away. Especially like logging dreams or anything else you're trying to remember when you was asleep, or you're kind of spacey out of it, to record it immediately and say it out loud. I won't say as fast as you can, but get it out there before you forget. So that's what I did. Peace. I'm out. Have fun. Targetofunlawfulacts.com.